All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time you're watching this. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're going to have a great day. I know you're going to have a great day. And, guys, got to be honest. This has been the weirdest day of all freaking time. Literally. So, first things first, wake up, go to make my coffee, and, bro, the heck? Literally. I'm like sitting there waiting for it, and it's like one of those. It's not a Keurig, but it's like the K-cup deal. Shut it. It's like taking a while, and then all of a sudden I hear kind of like a. So I look over, and not only were coffee grounds, but like liquid were like shooting out of it, not into the cup, like out, and I was like, what the heck? Paused it, go over, and like the cup. I don't know if it exploded or what, but there was grounds literally everywhere. In every nook and cranny of that thing. Grounds, water, everywhere. And it was like shooting out grounds out of the cup, and it was just like total malfunction, totally weird. Took forever, clean that up, get myself a cup of coffee. Then I'm sitting here, going through what we're going to talk about today, and, exactly what's going on. My curtain rod just falls. Just completely detaches from the wall. So I was like, what? Okay, guess we gotta resecure that now. That was weird. And then, you probably noticing, I said I was gonna go live at 4. It's 4:30. So I started I did this like scheduling going live. I hit start streaming on my OBS here. And I go through the entire show, the entire thing, and guess what? You have to like hit start stream. Yeah, Snooch. What is going on? That's a great question. Am I cursed today? What is happening? I'm so confused. So, I'm sorry that I'm a little bit late, but I have, I guess, a free run done. Guess what else? We were gonna do Weddle today because it's Wednesday Weddle. Right? And, I did these on my channel before as little videos, blah, blah, blah. It's really too bad that this kind of got cut. But look at this. I got it my first freaking try. I have it recorded, luckily, so if I'll clip it and put it on my channel if you guys want to see my live reaction. That was insane, and now it doesn't exist. So, you know what? Maybe we run it back, play a couple rounds of Unlimited. But man, it has been the weirdest freaking day ever. So I hope your guys' day is going better than that. I'm hoping things turn around. Today's December 20th, so we're getting into that Christmas season. We were right in it. Excuse me. I did a lot of my Christmas shopping yesterday. My bank account wishes I was done. I am not. So, we'll be doing that after this. That'll be a lot of fun. Actually, I do love giving gifts. I do. I love getting things that people are going to enjoy. I love watching them open them. But it's just, I have a lot of people that I have to buy gifts for, so it kind of takes a little bit of a dent. I should budget better, really, is what it should be. But I'm just bad at that kind of stuff. So, let's fire off. Let's do 2 of these, just to say we did for Wednesday Weddle, and give some people some time to get in here if they so choose. I feel horrible that I totally botched that, but it wasn't my greatest run ever. So it's not the end of the world. I got a lot of things we're going to talk about today. A lot of exciting stuff going on. So before we jump into that, let's play a little game. I'm going to check out the box here. I don't really know how I want to do this. Let's do this. And I'm going to pull this over. And then I'm going to do this, I think. And then like this. Boom, boom. And then now I can see your guys' chat over here. So, Snooch, I appreciate it. I really do. Contexto, I have never seen that. No, I like the interaction. I literally just went 25 minutes or 30 minutes, and no one joined because it wasn't live. But I was like, damn, yesterday I thought was a really good day. I thought we'd, get some returners, and then I got done, and it's like, would you like to start your stream? And I was like, I thought I did. What are we doing? Sorry. So, Snooch, if you have a recommendation, throw it in there. Otherwise, I'm curious what Contexto is. Let's get it started. Yo, what's this? We're playing Weddle, trucker. It's Wednesday Weddle. Yeah, we've got a lot of other things to talk about. Don't worry. NFL news out the wazoo, which is crazy for a Wednesday. Very excited. And we're going to try to guess the player. So, trucker, for obviously you've never seen this before. I'm a Patriots fan. We can just start in the Patriots camp. Let's start with Mac Jones. So when we guess this, it's going to give us, well, if you ever seen Wordle, it's that. But I didn't get a single helping hand here. So we know they're in the NFC, not a quarterback. They're super tall, over 27 years of age, and they have a relatively taller number. Actually, you know, Snooch, Devontae is not tall enough, but he is certainly fitting almost all of those other categories. So let's throw him in there, and let's kind of see what clues we get from that. Interesting. Oh, shit. For some reason, I keep thinking the Raiders are in the NFC. So he does not fit that. But he's not a wide receiver either. I'm guessing he's a tight end because he's 6'5" or 6. What do you guys think? Luke Musgrave or what's his name? Well, like Freiermuth? Oh, he's AFC. I think it's Musgrave or Laporta. I think I'm going to go Laporta first. I don't think he's as tall, though. Yeah. And he's not in the north anyway. Okay. We're working through it. Weird couple guesses there, but now we've got in the NFC, which we knew, they are a tight end. They are 6. Are they 6? So they're 6'6". They're 30 years old and they have a high number. We know that's the West, the South, or the East. Snooch, my tight end knowledge, this is where I struggle for sure. Let's go, what did I say, West, South, or East? Maybe Goddard, and if it's not him, it'll give us another divisional. Okay, so it's not the East either. It's the South or the West. I don't think Kittle's tall enough. Let's go NFC South. Is Cade Otton tall enough? He plays for the Bucks, right? Okay, so it's not the South, bro. We're doing everything but guessing the correct guy. So we know it's the West. The NFC West contains the Cardinals, the Bucks, the Rams, and the Seahawks. Unfortunately, I don't know the tight end for most of those teams. I know George Kittle. Seahawks I'm not aware of. Zach Ertz doesn't play for the Cardinals anymore. Rams, is it Bigsby? Tank Bigsby? Oh, no. Jesus, that was just I shouldn't have even. I'm sorry, guys. This is going to be a letdown. Yeah, literally. That's what I'm saying. 6'6". He's either 6'6" or 6'7", so I should know him, but I just don't. And tight ends are where I struggle the most. We're going to have one Vernon Davis. I don't even know who that is, but we're going to go with it. They're current players. So I don't know if Vernon's non-current, but he's not in this list. Let's do I don't want to do Kittle because I know it's not him. I don't think he's tall enough or old enough. But I guess we kind of have to. Wow, he's 30. So we have one more guess. If you guys have any ideas, otherwise I really don't even know who to guess. I just don't know the tight ends in this division. 30-year-old tight end, not current. Filbert, how we doing, buddy? We're trying to work through this. It's been a crap attempt so far. Not sure why a couple of mistakes for sure. Bigsby, I for some reason thought was the Rams tight end. We got one more guess, and I just don't know who it would be. We got Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals. I'm feeling like it's the Rams. Or I guess it could be the Cardinals, but I feel like it's the Rams. Unfortunately, I just don't know exactly who that would be. If anyone does know, I'm going to need help. But if you don't, we're going to have to take the loss on this one because I'm not going to cheat. Is that how it's spelled? Higby? I'm assuming that's typo. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Bro, if it's this guy. Hey, Filbert, let's go. Hey, I was on the right track. Oh my God, I guessed it like what, 3 times ago? I didn't know it was Higby, not Bigby. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, you know what? You guys want to run it back, or do you want to? I'm okay with not doing that one again because it's harder in person. But yeah, let's go, Filbert. That was huge. I'm okay with just going through some of the news I've got here. Yeah, that was huge. That was huge. Okay, so if you guys end up 100s, if you guys want me to do that, we can do it again at the end. But I'm gonna run through some of the stuff we got going on, cooking in the NFL right now. First things first, this is like hitting the news really hard, and I saw this a while back, and I kind of just wrote it off. But it's catching a lot of attention, which just it seems like that's really common for me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it is, and then everyone blows it up like a day later, and I look like an idiot because I could have been ahead of the game. George Pickens was, it's George Pickens, so we need to keep that in mind. But there was obviously a play that went viral of him essentially not blocking for Jaylen Warren on the goal line, and asked about it in media, and he said that he didn't want to get injured. So part of me is like, okay, weird answer, but I guess it's understandable. I mean, I feel like you should be giving some fake effort at the very least. But hey, you're the one that's in the NFL, not me, so I'll let it slide. Definitely a weird answer though, and then things kind of started coming out where Mike Tomlin was asked if he had a talk with Pickens, and he said, yeah, we had a good talk. And then Pickens was asked, and he said, no, we haven't talked at all. My thing with this is it's the culture in Pittsburgh right now. It's a losing culture. It's a bad situation for a team that's trying to make the playoffs to be in, and I think we need to address this there's nothing that me addressing it's going to do, but just like talking about it is such a, I think, pivotal, important piece to this puzzle that is the NFL teams in general, but the Pittsburgh Steelers trying to make that playoff push. When you look at teams like the Rams or Patriots of the past, or like maybe even like the Dolphins, these teams, like look at George Kittle, perfect example. George goes out. It doesn't matter if he's going to get 0 targets a game or 3 touchdowns. He's out there blocking, pancaking people, giving full effort every single play for his team to be successful. That's pretty standard. I guess it's not standard, but like that's kind of expected. Then we have teams like this that, Mike Tomlin whispers about him getting fired. Kind of a weird thing going on in Pittsburgh. Pickens has been disgruntled really all year long, and then this comes out, and that's just kind of a tough thing for the team to have to swallow. My thing also is like what's going on in the PR situation in Pittsburgh, because being a Patriots fan, I'm very used to we're on to Cincinnati. Like no answer at all. And so they're very trained up on what they can say, what they can't say. And it's very clear that there is and he's not utilizing this, or there is no PR training in Pittsburgh because, dude, there are so many better ways to answer that question of just like, what were you doing on that play? Maybe I thought, that he was going to cut it upfield, and, maybe my block wasn't like, that's on me, but like, that's kind of the decision I made based on my interpretation of how the play was going to go. It was just kind of a weird way for him to answer that, and a weird way for them to go about that whole situation. Obviously, like, credit to the media for pushing him, I guess. For me, it's interesting. I don't know if we're on the media side here at Marv On Air or if we're on the player side. I'm personally a big fan of the players, and I think the media can be kind of, media at times. And so I do my best to like take the players side here, but that was a pretty standard question. I don't think they were digging deep on that one. I think he just like almost was like looking forward to answering that one in that way. So, yeah, it's interesting, I guess. What do you guys think about the Steelers situation? But otherwise, I've got a host of injury reports that we're going to just quickly work through. Biggest of which starting with the Dolphins. They have the Cowboys this week. Huge test, okay? And we've said all year that the Dolphins can't beat good teams. They can beat up on the Jets, beat them 30-0, and then they go out and play the Bills, and or I don't know, whoever they end up playing can't beat them. Eagles, I'm pretty sure they lost to as well. And so this is concerning news for sure. Not present at practice today. All right, let's see if we can count these. The entire starting O line. Major issue there. And I don't know if, like I said in my freaking first run of this, that I don't know if they're sitting these guys to rest them up or if they're actually like, no, if I practice today, I will like literally tear my, whatever. So that's something we have to, keep in mind as well. But their entire starting O line, Tyreek, Xavier Howard, Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane, all guys that were not present at practice today. On the bright side, they did have Javon Holland, free safety, and Deshaun Elliott, strong safety, that were present at practice. They were participating. So that is, I guess, good news that they got a few guys back. But that's like their whole. I mean, you got Waddle, but Tyreek, Mostert, Achane, a lot of offensive firepower they're missing. The entire starting O-line, bro, that's not good. So if these guys end up, if they do end up playing, let's say, how full are they? Are they full participant? Like, are they going to be 100%? No, they won't be. If they're sitting out practices now, like they just won't be 100%. They'll probably be closer because of the sitting today. And yes, it is only Wednesday, so we keep that in mind as well. But like these guys, it's definitely concerning. I think in Miami camp that have that many injuries. Speaking of Miami, quick little talk. Ndamukong Suh visited the Dolphins today. So that could be a missing piece that they could use moving forward. Obviously, Ndamukong, after his first 5 years, spent 3 years in Miami. So he's been down there. He's used to, like just Miami being, Miami. There's been a lot of talk of, young guys especially moving to Miami. And I think I personally forget this a lot. Not like it's almost like these teams like don't exist. Like they're just kind of like fantasy teams at times to me because I've never seen them play. So I forget that, Green Bay is where they play the football games. They go to Miami to play football games. I think if someone came into my room just now and said, "Hey, do you want to go fly down to Miami?" I'd be like, yeah, I think I would." So there's been talks of like the young guys not being able to handle what Miami is. Ndamukong Suh's been there. He's done it. He spent the last last year he was with Philly, but I remember him obviously being big part of that Tampa Bay defense in that championship run. So keep an eye, on him potentially changing that defensive, kind of atmosphere and that side of the ball, and keeping things fresh for them. Potentially looking to make this playoff run, into a Super Bowl run, not just the playoff run. So that's huge. Other news: Chris Olave, Dennis Allen came out, been getting a lot of fire in my comments section, but he is still the head coach. Came out, said Chris Olave will play against the Rams on Thursday Night Football. So that's obviously another weapon added to that roster. I think the Saints need all the help they can get, but the Rams are looking to make playoffs. They have a tough division. They got the 49ers in there, so they can get in really only by getting in through the 7th seed. And the Saints really just need to win the division title to get in, but they're obviously in the run. And so both these teams are going to need a push. This is not a throwaway game by any means. Obviously, Olave coming back for that will be huge for them. And I guess it'll help make my pick tomorrow. I'll pick the game against the spread and everything, and I'll kind of break it down in a little bit more detail. But this is huge news, I would say, for them. Where's the Fortnite? Alex, you know where the Fortnite is. Where is the Fortnite? Alex, where is the Fortnite? I've had a lot of people asking, okay? Just so you know. Guys, in the comment section, Alex, he's the one. He's the one that really turned this channel around, kind of gave the channel some new life. The reason that there was so many of you guys, well, it's the reason a lot of you guys even know what this channel exists. Before him, we were kind of struggling, and then the Fortnite video blew us up, well, per Marv On Air standards. And also huge shout out, dude. I want to do that, Snooch. I think that's a great idea. Play Fortnite and stream about sports. I agree. I just don't know how the tech setup would work yet, because I also think I'd be a lot like smoother in my talks. I think I would I get a little weird when I'm just sitting here talking about it, especially with no one here to chat with. But I think that's a great idea, Snooch. I might look into that. Hang on, watch this. Ready? Couldn't even hear it. Nice little mute button on here, kind of neat. But yeah, no, Snooch, I think it's a great idea. Maybe that'll be like something I want to work in here. And also, Snooch, I'll say this. Yesterday, you were saying don't quality over quantity. Um, Filbert, I'll get to that in a sec. We're definitely going to talk about that. About that, excuse me. You were saying quality over quantity, and I'll say that this daily show is what I've wanted this channel to be. The reason it was made was because I wanted this to be a daily show. So obviously that's what we're going to be pushing for. The videos are just to help us try to grow and build a bit more of an audience. The videos obviously very much quality over quantity. I could put something crappy out every day. But that's kind of what I just wanted to let you know that I do want to do this every single day. And then the sports, yeah, football, like everything, doesn't have to be everything. No, I agree. It's just tough. Like I started talking about my day, but it's hard to talk to nobody about just like whatever. So if you guys want to put stuff in the chat, I love that this is like a very interactive deal. So if you guys want me to talk about whatever, or I'll ask you guys about your days, or whatever, I definitely. That was the advantage before. We had a lot more people in the studio, so we could talk about things like that. So 49ers, Cowboys, and 49ers, Eagles. Facts. Yeah, Niners, Ravens, though, I think will be different. I do think that'll be a really, really good game. I think the Ravens are a lot more real than people give them credit for. I'm not going to say that they're better than the Cowboys, that they're better than the Eagles, because I think that would be an unwise decision, if you will. But I do think that they're a really good team. I think that they've had a couple slip-ups, but so does every team, right? Nobody's undefeated right now. So I will look forward to that. It'll be really exciting, and we can break it down a little bit more in depth, Thursday and Friday for sure. But that's my circle of the week, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm trying to like grow on all the platforms. I think I'm going to post an Instagram post about like my must-watch games, then like the games that if they're on, I'll watch them, and then like the not so good games, and like we're not going to watch these. Kind of a neat little concept there. I learned that one from Dan Patrick. In other, sports news here, don't feel like I'm not reading the chat. I totally am. But, keep it moving. CJ Stroud is still in concussion protocol, not back at practice today. They will be playing the Browns this weekend. That's huge, right? Right now they have got who is it? Case Keenum. You got Case Keenum running quarterback. He's a vet, okay? He's done it all. 7 divisions, played for 7 teams, been in the league a long time, but it's not CJ Stroud like broke the rookie record for passing yards in a game, and he's on my bench, unfortunately. Well, we're just not in the playoffs. I've talked about this at length on this channel, but he's a big part of that offense, and I've said this. God, I keep saying I've said this because I just said it like an hour ago when I was talking about the exact same stuff to absolutely no one. And it's not your guys' fault. It's my fault. I didn't push start stream. We saw last year with Tua when he played the Packers, and you guys might be able to remember better than I can, but there was a few other quarterbacks as well that played in games, and they were uncharacteristically bad, throwing a lot of picks, a lot of bad decisions. And then after the game, it came out, they had a concussion. It's delayed symptoms. Yeah, okay, whatever you guys want to say. That makes me question, kind of the just the ability of a quarterback to play when concussed. So if CJ Stroud clears protocol on Saturday, Sunday morning, whenever it is, and ends up playing, I will be a little bit not apprehensive, but like curious to see if he exhibits those same kind of bad decisions in the throwing lanes and, seeing ghosts a little bit. Obviously he's going to be a little bit more sensitive to light. Like he might be playing with a headache. Obviously they've got a crazy amount of like Toradol and drugs and stuff that they use in the NFL. So they'll get him ready to play as best they can. But also we've seen in the past quarterbacks that are, concussed and they, maybe aren't exhibiting symptoms at that time, have a rough time playing, just because it is, it's the NFL. Anything can happen. Everyone is really, really good at football. So I'll be curious to see if he plays, if he does clear the protocol. He wasn't at practice today. That's not too surprising with the concussion stuff going on. And then the last injury update I've got here is that Geno was a full go in practice today. So I asked this to nobody earlier. How are we feeling? Do we want Geno or Drew Lock? This is the year of the backup. Obviously, I said I can't even count on two hands, how many backups have played. Drew Lock comes in, suits up, and he's like, yep, I've got the team. Everyone's going to rally, and hell of a post-game speech. And they win that game against the Eagles. I don't know how much of that is, they obviously relied pretty heavily on Kenneth Walker throughout that game. So the game planning was really, really good by the Seahawks. But Drew Lock led that drive when he had to. He was out there and did what he had to do for them. So I don't think I'm not saying Geno's worse than Drew Lock. I'm just saying I'm curious because I know some people were on Twitter were saying that, like, hey, we want Drew, which is surprising to me because Geno came in and played so much better than anybody expected him to last year and got himself a really good position in Seattle. And obviously they're trying to make the playoffs, like I've said about pretty much every team, because I think there's 4 or 6 teams that aren't in the playoffs right now. So every game counts. They'll be playing the Titans. And I went a little bit of a rant before. I'll try to keep it relatively short. But a lot of fans assume that once the Titans are eliminated from playoff contention, why are we winning any more games? Let's get the best draft position we can, and let's move towards next year, right? This year's it's a wash. We're done. Unless you're going to play spoiler, there's no reason, for a revenge reason or whatever. There's no reason to be winning these games, is what I've heard. And I totally agree. I understand it. As a Patriots fan this year, I've been cheering for us to lose every game. I want us to look really good, but I want us to lose. It's Compton, right? Sorry, when I did this the first time, I couldn't think of who it was. He's the host of Bussin' with the Boys. Will Compton, that's correct. Played for Nebraska. He came out and he talked about this. I am paraphrasing. I am giving you the Marv On Air notes, if you will, the Spark notes. I do not remember any exact quotes. He essentially said that when these guys go out, you have to remember that unless it's like a DeAndre Hopkins, a Tom Brady, a Rob Gronkowski, this is a business. And these guys go out there and they don't care what the draft position is for these teams the next year if they're not on the team. So they go out there, they have to give out their best tape. They play their best. That's exactly what I'm saying, Filbert. These guys are going out there playing for their jobs. Even if they do get cut because they get a new head coach and obviously the coach didn't want them there, they didn't pick them to stay there. They move on from them. They're at least playing to keep really good film out, right? Where the next team that they go try out, and then the team's like, all right, let's take a look at his film. His tryout went pretty solid. Okay, they were eliminated from playoff. He's a second stringer. Okay, yeah, I like what I see there. He could be a really good practice squad guy or whatever it ends up being. I kind of said it's not like you don't have Dan Campbell's the only coach I can do an impression of. But let's say the Lions, the last few years before Dan Campbell was there, you don't have Dan Campbell. Hey man, you third string linebackers in the back there, man. Yeah, when we get out to start this game, man, I don't want y'all playing any defense, man. I want y'all to just let them through. Okay, we don't want to stop them at all. And offensive, yes, you back there, second string wide receiver, never got to see the field this year, man. I want you to drop every pass, man. We're going 3 and out every play. That's not happening. They are not working in that way. They're all out there trying to keep their jobs. They're all out there trying to make money for the future. If they are going to get cut, prove that maybe they do deserve to be on the team next year, whatever it is. So when I say the Seahawks are playing the Titans, yes, there are teams in the NFL that are better than others. Look at the Panthers. They have been trying to win every game. They just haven't been able to do it. They're not as good as others. I would say the Patriots, the same thing. We absolutely stink. So obviously there's that aspect, but you can't go out there and assume, the Titans were eliminated, they're not going to try. No, they're going to try their ass off. They're out there to get their, this is their job. So obviously they're going to try the hardest they can. So yes, Seahawks, Geno full go, but don't write off the Titans either. I wouldn't say that this is a lock just because, the Seahawks were able to beat the Eagles, which maybe that's just the fact that the 49ers laid out the game plan on how to beat the Eagles, and Seahawks replicated it quite well. I'm just saying I'm probably going to pick the Seahawks to cover, depending on what the line is, but I wouldn't write off the Titans either. Okay, so let's open it up to the floor really quick if you guys got any questions. And then I've got some Pro Bowl news. Very, very exciting Pro Bowl news. We can talk about that. I'm going to do this. And then I want to do this. That. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about the Pro Bowl. So the Pro Bowl released this today, or I guess the NFL released this today about the Pro Bowl. New and returning skills competitions to the Pro Bowl. They'll compete in the 2024 Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon. Unfortunately, the show is not presented by Verizon. It is the NFL, the NFL Pro Bowl. It's going to be in Orlando. They'll be broadcast live Thursday, the 1st of February, and Sunday as well. So, we can buy tickets, whatever. So let's get into what's going to exactly happen on Thursday. Precision passing. That's a pretty standard one. We've seen that one for years. There's going to be 10 targets. They have a minute. They can just throw as many balls as they can to try to get these targets and earn as many points. They range from 1 to 5 points. It's pretty standard. We've definitely seen that before. Best catch. This one is new and interesting, or at least I think it's new. It's definitely interesting to me. They are going to have one player from each conference, so 2 guys, go out around Orlando, and they're going to show off their creativity, inventiveness, and talent, making a catch of a football. I'm assuming at this point anything might be going, so I really don't know if it's just a football that they can catch, but they are going to pre-tape it. Fans will vote on the winner. I'm curious how are they going to show this? Are they just going to play it on the broadcast? Are they going to play it on like some big TV somewhere? I'm not really sure how that's going to work, but I have a better idea how that's going to work than freaking closest to the pin. The next one, it's golf. What? Why do we have golf events at the NFL Pro Bowl? Not that I'm, hating on golf. I love golf. I'm a big golfer. I just don't understand what it has to do with football. It's literally just your typical closest to the pin, right? Like they're just going to tee off and they're going to see how close they can get their golf ball to the pin. Weird event for the NFL Pro Bowl. High stakes, starting off with a football in hand. Each player will attempt to catch punts from a jugs machine. Each player that succeeds in catching the football without dropping the others will advance to the next round and attempt to catch an additional football. Pac-Man Jones he'd be pretty good at this. Most sure-handed player catches the most football wins. That's a cool one. Definitely a lot more football related. And then you got dodgeball. That's pretty standard. And kick-tack-toe. Really cool. Actually, really cool name for that. But they, I think they've been doing this for freaking years. They're just a big tic-tac-toe board, like in between the field goal, and then they kick them through, and they're just trying to win tic-tac-toe essentially. I said this earlier, just kind of like it's interesting to me where the Pro Bowl has gone now that we're doing like freaking closest to the pin and this pre-tape best catch. What have we done? Remember back when it was like the 40 or like the who can throw the ball the furthest, or like the quarterback's going through the little obstacles and throwing it at the target with the chalk on the end of the ball. Like that kind of stuff was awesome. I was a big fan of that. And we've completely abandoned that for some reason. Not completely, like precision passing, I guess, is here, and the high stakes one, but definitely odd that we've gone so far away from that. And then on Sunday, so that was just Thursday. Then on Sunday, we've got a couple of interesting ones here, and one that I like particularly am excited about. Madden NFL head-to-head, 4th consecutive year. Players are going to be representing the NFC and the AFC 2 each. They're going to play Madden with the Pro Bowl rosters. Not sure how I feel about that. It's definitely interesting. Gridiron Gauntlet. It's a full field relay race. They'll get to show off their athletic prowess. Kind of what I was asking for before, I guess. They'll break through walls, crawl under doors, among other obstacles, to get to the final sled push across the field with the ultimate goal of finishing first. That's a kind of a neat one, I'd say. Nice little warm-up for their 7-on-7 flag football that they'll be doing. They've got Tug of War. New this year, Tug of War. 5-on-5 demonstration of teamwork, strength, and strategy. Positioned above a foam pit, players are challenged to pull backwards on the rope. Everybody knows how Tug of War works. I think this is pretty standard. There's a lot of things like this that they're probably doing in training camp. So that's kind of neat that they get to do this out there and We just get to see familiar faces playing a game that we all played in 5th grade. And then this one, Move the Chains. This one's really kind of neat. So the offensive and defensive linemen strength and speed competition. Take strategy, teamwork. Each team of 5 players must work together to move 3,000 pounds off of a massive wall. Doesn't disclose how big it is, but it's massive. The first team to pull that 2,000-pound wall across the finish line wins. That's pretty creative, I would say. They definitely they definitely got into the woodwork on that one to create that. But I think it'll be really, really interesting to see what happens with that. I'm excited to see that one, and the jugs machine one. Gridiron Gauntlet will be really cool. So, I'm not a huge Pro Bowl watcher. Honestly, I'm really not. They switched to that 7-on-7. From me personally, I'm not a huge fan of that. I know that some of the players are. They like having that it's less serious. You're not taking any hits. I don't know how many injuries are prevented based on that. I would say probably more than none. But I don't exactly love it. Then with all these games going on, I just like watching the clips that come out of these. I'm not going to sit down and watch it. I'm not going to buy a ticket to Orlando unless someone were to, maybe Roger, if you see this, I'd go down if you asked me to, if you pay for my ticket, but I'm not going to buy a ticket to go down there and see, these guys playing dodgeball. It's just interesting that they've kind of switched it up in the way that they have. I don't feel like we're showcasing football talent as much as we're just showcasing names, name, image, likeness almost of the guys just doing everyday things, which is totally fine. It's just different than what we've seen in the past. So with that being said, it's everything I've got for today. We can chat about whatever you guys want. What do you guys want to, you guys play, you want me to play video games? Do you guys play video games? Skill games are good, but the game needs to be revamped or removed. It's just weird. I don't have a solution. I really don't. I haven't thought about it at all. It's just weird that I feel like before it was like exciting, and now it's just kind of like I could pull up professional tug of war and watch that instead if I really wanted to, as opposed to like how far can Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes launch a football? That's directly related to football, and I would think that would be really, really interesting. So, it's too bad, kind of what it's turned into, but it is what it is. What's your fave under the radar player of all time? Ooh, I think probably I would say, obviously I'm a Patriots fan, and I would say my deep dive into the NFL has only lasted about 2 years. So before that, I was just kind of surface level. I like watching him play kind of thing. I don't think James White has the recognition he deserves. Indie games. You'd have to expand on that a little bit. James White, to me, winning the Super Bowl, was that not 54, was it? Might have been. The one against the Falcons. That one was like just an unsung hero. Really cool. Danny Amendola, I feel like, really good player. Kind of just got, kind of got swept under the radar, I feel like, but maybe not as much as some others out there that are really just like dogs and really don't get any recognition at all. Snooch, I have played Stardew Valley, actually. I have a Switch. I really like Stardew Valley. It's just a long game. Takes forever. Let's see here. What do I play? Rocket League, Mario Kart, Fortnite. Spent a lot of time working on this show, though, so I don't have a ton of time. But how about this? I'll play Weddle, and you guys can ask me questions. Because there's no reason in making this full screen, and then we can work through these. Excuse me. We can work through these, and if you got to go, you got to go. I totally get it. This is not going to be the most entertaining stream of all time. Am I doing anything for Christmas? Great question, Filbert. A lot of low budget stuff. I see what you're saying. EA has gone so far away from a valid frickin' game creator. It's not good. Can I play this again, please? Okay, here we go. For Christmas, I'm going back to see my family. That'll be a lot of fun. I just did some shopping already, so I've got a little bit of a ways to go. Unfortunately, like I said, my bank account doesn't exactly love that, but we got a few things to do, a few gifts to give. You guys doing anything exciting? 200% stream football and play Stardew. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I actually have no idea how to stream from a Switch. Is that even possible? The only chance. Well, yeah, I actually really don't even know how that would happen. How I would get that done. Let's see. NFC wide receiver. Where's 1 or 2? Pretty sure Jahan Dotson wears 1. Okay, so he wears 2. Wide receivers that wear 2. Oh wait, wasn't I think DJ Moore? I think wears 2. Yeah. Okay. Nice. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Christmas. It'll be fun. Get to see everyone again, and Alex normally plays Fortnite in the background, so I see him quite consistently. But outside of that, like my sisters, I don't see a whole lot. I spend a lot of time up here working on this stuff, so. Okay. Jesus. All right, let's get this one started. Let's do a quarterback in the NFC. Let's go. Can we do Case? Oh, let's just do that. He's an AFC, but AFC South quarterback. All right. Well, there's 3 other ones that it could pretty much be. Should we do Will Levis or Gardner? Let's do Gardner. I'm just literally guessing. I'm not even going to follow this stuff on the side. Then Will Levis. Where is he? There he is. Yay. Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. These streams are going to get better. But I just really... it's tough without everyone here to bounce ideas off of, especially to stretch this stuff. Because it's like, how much can I really talk about the Dolphins' injuries? Not that I don't basically exclusively play games on Switch. That's fair. That's fair. I play mostly Xbox, but a big Mario Kart guy as well. Let's do a random one here. Kirko, Minnesota. Okay, we got a short guy in Minnesota. Is it Madison? Could be. It is not. Oh, he's really short, though. He's not a running back? Who's our shortest wide receiver? Is Addison? Where is he? Or it's... No. DD. Sorry. Jordan Addison might be short. Jeepers, cats. And they're like 5'8". And he wears 4? Oh, is it KJ? I didn't think KJ was that short, though. Nope. Not KJ. Let's do... Who wears 4 for the Vikings? You guys know? I don't know off the top of my head. And he's freaking so short. Shortest guy I've ever seen. Sorry. I was making sure his thing was still running. Number 4 for the Vikings. Gosh, dang, guys. Well, JJ is not. Yeah, at this point, I'm just guessing it because I know who it. Like we know who it is. I just don't know his name. See how many? What do I have? 2 more guesses. I don't even know who all their wide receivers are though. Number 4. Number 4. And we'll come back to it. So yeah. Anyways, kind of gonna take a page out of Snooch's book here. Quality over quantity. This stream is crap quality right now. I can let you guys go. I don't have anything else for today, but tomorrow I'll be back, same time, same place. We'll do some Thursday night football preview. Maybe make a few gambling picks there, and we will break down all the news for the day. So I appreciate you guys stopping by, and see you tomorrow. Deuces.